Hello, my crafty cuties. Hey, I hope everyone is doing well. And I want to say that I'm sorry for abandoning you guys for the past couple weeks. I had surgery. I did have my gallbladder removed. Thank the goodness, the good Lord for that. And I'm on the mend, feeling so much better. Still kind of slow moving around. It's only been 11 days. And even though the surgery is laparoscopically, I mean, they're removing material, so it's. I feel better. That's the main thing. I feel better. Okay, so we finished January and February's pages, and still I haven't washed this one because Mr. was all over it. I did some extra stitching on it. I'm actually gonna call this one done, and there's cat hair on it. So, looks like he walked all over this one too. I just don't know what I'm going to do with Grayson. So now we are ready to start March. And I also, while I was sitting around recovering, I also did work a little bit more on my cover. Oh, I may have to go get, no, I think I have needles in here. Okay, so I did work a little bit more on my cover. I added this, and I added the button. This is a wooden button. And then I made my mama a quilt to go on her kitchen table. And this was just some strings that I had left over. And I thought this would absolutely be perfect for this project. So all I did, and hopefully you can see it, is I just stitched it. I didn't measure. I just stuck it down there. And I just kind of stitched it down to hold it in place. And I'm not sure that I'm done stitching. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the French knots down through here. I haven't decided yet. So then I need to cover this back with, I need to back it with something, another cat hair. So I've worked on it here and there, and when I felt like it, and I got to cut my strings down because I know these strings are just way too long. So anyway, I have done a little bit of work on my cover. I'm not in a super big hurry, but I'll work on it when I have time, or when I think I want to, and I don't know why I did that because I'm going to need one of these to use as a template. Well, I thought this was the fabric that I used. Apparently not, but I did think it was too. It just, when I tore it, I don't know that it tore really good and straight. So I wonder about taking this one this way. So let's do that. Let's make a little snip right there and then tear that. I should have went ahead and did all my pages at one time, like tore them all at one time. I only need 12, and I may do that. May do that later. I may go through and get all my pages torn. And they don't have to be, perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. And I've been thinking about, since January's page, really been thinking about, spring. Coming up on spring and flowers and, all of that good stuff. I'm going to lay that right there. So I really, really have been thinking about the theme that I want for my March block. Did I say January? I don't know. I don't know what I just said. Let me tear this off right here. There we go. Now I want this to be just maybe a tad bit smaller, so I want it to be just a little smaller. There we go. Move all that junk over there. Where is all this dirt coming from? Is it coming off my mat? I don't know where this is coming from. Y'all, I promise I have a super clean house. But I do have animals. I do have a cat and a dog. And the dog, they're indoor, outdoor, of course. The cat taught himself how to use the doggy door, so that was the end of that. There we go. All right, so now this is going to be my March page. And what I'm thinking for March is that I want to do lots of flowers. Spring, you know, I'm thinking spring because the spring equinox is this month, I think around the 21st of this month. So it's definitely springtime. And sorry, my daughter. Okay, so let's take our, where's my little, right here it is. So I'm thinking something, hopefully you guys can see, the phone is way up above so I can't see. So I'm thinking that I want to do flowers, you know, you want all different heights, some going some ways. Maybe one going off the edge, and maybe the flower that would, something like that, and then have a little flower here, let's do something like this, maybe a little bush looking thing, and it won't hurt to have some cross. And anyway, I just want to fill this full of flowers. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, you know. And if you don't like the way that you have it drawn out, I don't know what I did with my spray bottle, but I have a spray bottle around here somewhere. Don't know what I did with it. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So the first thing I need to do is tack this down with the invisible stitch. And I don't have that thread up here. I sure don't, but it's right here. Hey, Bella. Just give me one moment, my dear friends, and let me grab my thread. Actually, just put that over there like that. So this is just hand quilting thread that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's nothing spectacularly, you know, special or anything like that. Come on, unwind. There we go. Well, I thought I got it all out from in there, but apparently I did not. How many times they got it wound in there? There we go. Now we got it off. Sorry, there we go. But anyway, yeah, I'm healing. Been doing really, really good with, did really good with the surgery. I'm a good patient. You know, whatever the doctor tells me to do, I try to abide by the rules to the best of my ability. And I've had no problems so far. I said, so far, so good. So I can tell a huge difference. I feel so much better. So much better. I didn't realize how much pain I was in. I go back to work tomorrow, so life goes. I only took a week off. I'm sure I could have took off longer if needed be, but yeah, I feel really good. So. And of course, you know, the knot queen here. There we go. Okay, and an invisible stitch, if you're just joining in, is you come up through the fabric and then you come just behind and you go down and you take a big bite on the back like that. And you have the little teeny stitch on the front. That's what we're looking for. That is an invisible stitch. I'm not the creator of it. I don't remember who actually, I learned about it from Roxy's Creations. That's where I learned about the invisible stitch, because I'm a follower of Sarah and Rachel. There we go. Just making sure I got that good and tight. And they're the ones who introduced me into the invisible stitch. So, and it's a really good way to hold your fabric together, your base, because I use a base fabric when I do my little stitchings like this. So, and I've also, while I was sitting around being incapacitated and, you know, I couldn't do anything, I actually started hand stitching a grandmother's flower garden out of Hexie's. So I'm really actually enjoying it. I am really, really enjoying that process. So, and I'm making it, you know, with scraps because I have tons and tons of scrap fabric. Okay. Actually going to go to the front there and slide down just a little bit. Try not to pull it too tight like what I just did. And I have some little knots, but it's okay. Don't care. And you could, rather than doing the little back stitch, you could actually go forward and take little bitty T90 running stitches. You can actually do that too. Just remember, you want a tiny stitch on the front and the big stitch, the big bite on the back. And sometimes mine's bigger than others. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm just enjoying the process. And down, skip over some. There we go. Make sure, and see, hopefully, I don't know if y'all can see, this is the line that I did as a forward running stitch. These are the two lines that I did started as a back stitch. And I actually really like the running stitch better. Taking little bitty bites. I need to just go ahead and tie off and get another piece of a thread. Let's do that. There we go. Sorry, y'all, it's my daughter. Just give me a minute. I know y'all don't want to just sit here and watch my hand on the screen, but it's busy this morning. My mother texted me, my daughter texted me, my husband's texted me. I'm sorry. Sunday morning, and my husband's actually at work. And my mom was wanting to know if I needed anything from the market, Walmart Market. And I normally don't have people contact me this early in the morning, but the time has changed and it's 10:22 and everybody is up and awake. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like the time change thing. I wish we'd just pick one and leave it there. And I have no preference as to which one. Just pick one, leave it where it is, and just me. But we don't have to discuss, we don't have to discuss that. But I hate time change. I hate it. And it's a gorgeous day here in Arkansas. It is beautiful. And I do mean beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, what else was I going to tell you guys? I'm trying to remember what else I was going to tell you guys. So anyway, I hope you forgive me for abandoning you for a couple of weeks while I had the surgery and recovered. I said, I'm doing so much better now. Oh yeah. So much better. Forgot to set a timer so I don't go over the hour. And I'm probably pretty sure y'all don't want to watch me sit here and stitch all this. But you might. You might enjoy it. I hear an ambulance or something. I just don't see it. I can see the road now that there's no, the trees are beginning to leaf out, but they're not completely leafed out, they're budding, and I can see the main road, and I heard like an ambulance. Ouch, that was my finger. Ouch. I was trying to see what it was, but couldn't see. I miss living in the country, guys. I do. Back off in the middle of nowhere where it's quiet and you can actually hear the wind rustle through the trees. And I miss living rurally. There we go. Can never pronounce that properly. But I do. I miss living out in the country. I enjoy living here in the city too. I mean, there's benefits to both. Like everything that I could possibly need is right here within just a couple miles. And which makes, it makes it beneficial. Not wasting gas, whereas in Alabama, where I grew up, it's 30 minutes or so, drive to the nearest store. So, I mean, there's benefits to both things. Let me take a drink of water. But I do miss the solitude of country living, the quiet, the slowness. I mean, living in the city, got something up under my nail. Everything has a hectic pace here in the city. It's not like living in the country where there's a stillness and a slowness to life. In the city, things are hectic and it's just hectic. It's a different lifestyle. And this is not a city like, I didn't get my knot big enough, so it pulled right through. Like New York City, but, for me, where I live, this is a pretty good sized city, pretty good sized place. So, but yeah, I miss the stillness and the solitude of living in a rural community, and also the closeness, of where everybody knows everybody, and people are always willing to lend a hand, where you don't find that so much in city living, because people are too busy worried about themselves, getting to the next wherever they're going. So there's a huge difference. It was a huge culture shock when I moved here. Huge culture shock when I moved here. Because I came from this little bitty close-knit community where everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody's business. There you go. That's a drawback of living in a small community. Everybody knows everybody's business, whether you want them to or not. And I moved up here to Arkansas, and I realized that I'm just a little bitty T90 fish in a great big pond, pond of humanity, and nobody gives two shakes about you. It was a huge culture shock. It really was. And I probably talked about this before. I'm sure I have. But it really was a big culture shock. So, moving from a little bitty town in Alabama to this, like I said, to me, this is a city. I live on the outskirts of Little Rock. And, it was huge. It was huge. It's huge culture shock and change. Like I said, I learned really fast that nobody gave two shakes about you, So, even going to church here is different. I haven't been to church in quite a number of years now. And I miss the close-knit community of a small country church, because these churches are huge. They're massive. They have thousands of people, and you feel you get lost, and you may love a big, huge church like that, and that's fine. If you do, that is absolutely fine. So, but I do miss the smallness. All right, guys. All right, so now we have our base attached. There we go. All right, so now we have our base attached. Now I need to figure out how I want to stitch this. Let me check the time. 23 minutes. Okay, so what I think, one of the things that I want to do is I want to just do some straight line stitching with some blue thread to represent the sky. And this is variegated thread, so I do think that I do want to use the variegated thread. So now I want to make these a little bit bigger stitches. I don't want them invisible. I want you to see them. Yeah, I want these to be seen. Kind of like quilting stitches, Come on out of there. There we go. and I don't care if mine are all the same size. It doesn't bother me if they're all the same size, different sizes, don't care. All right, let's skip down to about right there. If y'all can hear that, that's my washing machine. I hate my washing machine. Right, yep. Well, almost unthreaded my needle. Look at there. I did unthread my needle. Let's try that one more time. And you could measure and make these all straight if you wanted to, you know, if you wanted your lines to be nice and straight. I don't particularly want mine to be nice and straight because the wind doesn't blow nice and straight. To me, this represents sky and wind, and the wind blows from all different directions. So there we go. Just be careful, you know, it's gonna pucker if you pull it too tight. So just be careful not to pull it like super duper tight. Actually, there we go. I think I might could get a couple more stitches out of this. Skip down to about right there. And I'm actually going to take a little back stitch. That'll help with not pulling so much. Gives you a little anchor point. Oh, we may can finish this row out. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Give it just a little pull. Oh yeah. Let me trim that up just a little bit. Rethread my needle. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. There we go. And then let's tie it off. I'm going to check the time because I forgot to set a timer. Okay, yes. So now I can start stitching on some of my stems. See what time it is. 31 minutes. Okay, I don't know how long I want to keep, don't know how long I want to do this video. So I love using variegated threads. So I have some of this green variegated. Let's see what kind of mess I have right here first with it. I'm glad I'm feeling like sewing. I hadn't feel like really doing much this past month. It's been a rough month. Okay. I've got something going on right here. I'm just going to cut that off. All right, so, oh, there's an ante right there. All right, so I think I want to start right here. I think I'm going to do a stem stitch, or that's my intent, is to do a stem stitch. So if I don't do it right, don't yell at me, okay? Let's see, I have to remember how to do it. So you go down. And then you come up kind of in the middle of that stitch. And then you can go down. And I'm only using 2 strands. Come up in the middle. No, I don't think I can do it that way. And keep your thread on the same side. Whatever side you're pulling it to, keep it that way. Like when I do my stitch, and then I come back to go in the middle of the stitch, I want my thread to face towards me every time I do this stitch. So, like I said, I think this is the stem stitch. And if it's not, you can absolutely tell me it's not. Just, you know, you don't have to be ugly about it. But I think this is the stems, what you call the stem stitch. And I don't want these stems to be like super, super thick, so I'm just using the 2 strands. Okay, yeah, I was having to look at my drawn line here and figure out, was I stopping or am I moving on forward? Oh no, I see that I have a, I think I can pull that to the back. Yes, okay, good. All right, so, but you know, you can make your stems as thick as you want them. I just didn't want mine too thick, so that's the reason why I'm using 2 strands of floss, and I am using a variegated. About right there. All right, and I think that's as far as I'm gonna go with that one. So let's tie that one off, okay? And I think I'm gonna use different greens, but I'm gonna take this color green and maybe come over here somewhere with it. And, oh, I like the thinness. I really like that. I really, really like it. All right. More water. Stay hydrated. It's easy to get busy with our hands and forget to, you know, to stay hydrated. All right. So I think I'm going to put, whoops, I didn't put a very big knot in the end of it. There we go. And of course, where I want it to not, you know, come on. There we go. off of there. There we go. What you doing, Bells? That's Bella, if you can hear her little claws on the floor. Oh, great. I have a little naughty mess right here. Didn't know it. So, how much further do I want to take this stem up? Thinking to about right there. I think that's all the further I want to go with that one. And tie off. And then I'm going to have to get rid of this thread because it's ouch. And I have it stuck in my finger. There we go. All right, so that is what we have so far. And we want to use, you know, nature is made out of many different color greens. So let's see here. Oh, I have this color. This is probably a DMC floss. Again, the number says 900 on here, but me and my mom used to be cross stitchers, and I bet this thread is 30 years old. I mean, it's old, so they probably no longer make that shade anymore. So just letting you guys know. Let's see here if I can get two. I want 2 strands is all I want. Okay, 2 strands. Go through there. There we go. There we go. Now, I think I want to do this one, but they cross over one another. Cat hair. Oh, that one was maybe too big of a stitch right there. Yeah, and see, I didn't get them close enough together, but it's okay. Too big of a stitch. This one's going to be a pretty good size stitch too, because I wanted to go over the top of that. There we go. Now the closer that you make your stitches together, the better they look, like right in through here. Just word of advice. Oh yeah, so now I want to do, let's see. Let's see here. Let's skip over here and let's do unthreaded the needle. I'm going to finish off this thread right here, guys, and I'm going to leave it here. For tonight, and we'll pick it back up next week. So the cat don't step on it. Okay, guys, so we've made some pretty, see where I didn't get that even right there, but that's okay. We can cover that up with a flower or something. It's okay. It's okay. So I really like this, and I think I may bring this one up this way. We'll see, and we'll see which way we're going to go with it. So we made some really good progress today. We made we did some really good progress today, and I'll put this right here so I'll know that that's the one that I'm stitching that with. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go for today. For tonight, have a fabulous rest of your week. Join me back here next Wednesday as we continue to work on our Heart Whispers Fabric Journal. Y'all have a wonderful week. See you later, and bye for now.